ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನು ಅನಘಾ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಿಂದ. I'm a professional storyteller and I've been telling stories to the young and the younger at heart for the last 6 years, and I've been thoroughly enjoying this journey of sharing and learning through stories. Today, as part of Dasara Life, Kala Mandira, I'm here to share with you all another story of another Devi during this Navratri. And most of the stories in mythology are legends. Many versions of the same have been written and told and passed on from generations to generations. And the one that I tell you today is something that I've read and heard from my grandmother. And the story is about the Devi who lives in Kohlapur, the Mahalakshmi, yes, the beautiful deity, the beautiful goddess Mahalakshmi who is in Kohlapur. So the story is all about how did she come to Kohlapur from Vaikunta? Why did she come? Why is she still there? Is she still there? Has she gone back? Let's find out. So like how all stories start, this also started long ago. Bhrigu, the son of Brahma, wanted to meet all the Trimurtis and wanted to figure out for himself who is the greatest among the Trimurtis. First he went to his dad, and as he went, he saw that his dad was very busy with his mother Saraswati to even look at him. Thought, I don't think Appa is the greatest. I'll go to Shiva. Maybe he is. Well, he's not that classy looking, elegantly dressed, but who knows? Let me go to Kailasa and find out. Bhrigu was walking towards Kailasa, and Shiva saw him and came running to him to hug him. Bhrigu immediately moved back and said, no, please don't hug me. You're so unclean. I don't want a hug from you. Shiva immediately got angry. In any other circumstance, he would have opened his third eye and probably cursed that person. But this was Bhrigu, Brahma's son. He thought, poor child, it's okay, let him be. Bhrigu just looked at Shiva, that he is not the greatest among the Trimurti, and he walked away to Vaikunta to figure out if Lord Vishnu was the greatest among the Trimurti. And as he was entering Vaikunta, he saw that Lord Vishnu was lying and sleeping on Adishesha, elegantly, in peace. He thought, okay, let me wait for some time. Maybe he will feel my presence and get up and talk to me. And there, near the foot of Vishnu, was sitting Mahalakshmi, looking at her husband who was sleeping so peacefully, looking so handsome. She was just in love and was adoring the beauty and the magnanimity of her husband. Bhrigu waited for some time and then cleared his throat. Mahalakshmi looked at Bhrigu and said, shh, Vishnu is sleeping. Don't disturb him. I have come. Can't he get up? Can't he talk to me? Shh, he will. Wait. Vishnu knew everything that was going around, but continued to sleep. Bhrigu waited for some more time and then lost his patience. Just kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest as hard as he could to just wake him up. Vishnu got up, looked at Bhrigu and said, is your foot okay? Is it hurt? You see, my chest is very strong like Vajra, diamond, and nothing will happen to me. But Magu Ninge, are you okay? Is your foot okay? Bhrigu was wondering, I kicked him and he's asking whether I am okay? I am greater than him, is it? Ha, that cannot be. Anyway, he must be the greatest among the Trimurti, Bhrigu thought. And they continued to converse with each other. Vishnu was massaging his foot, Bhrigu's foot, and Bhrigu was in bliss. And seeing all this, Mahalakshmi was seething in anger. What are you doing? He kicked you on your chest. He insulted you, Lord Vishnu. He has insulted Lord Vishnu and you are massaging his feet. You are asking if he is okay. What's wrong? My dear, you're feeling that because you just love me so much. But it's okay. He is Brahma's child. And actually saying I'm strong, right? So I'm actually finding out if he's okay or not. Stop it. You might not have felt insulted. I am very insulted. I reside in your heart and he's kicked your heart. I am leaving Vaikunta right away. And she stormed in anger out of Vaikunta. Bhrigu looked at Vishnu and said, what happened? Lakshmi is going. Vishnu said, yeah, she is going. Like many a times. I shall follow her to bring her back. And most of the gods or goddesses come to earth for a purpose. And Mahalakshmi also used this as an excuse to come down to a place called Karvira, where people were getting really tormented by some asuras. So she came down directly there and she started walking. Is that you? You beautiful Mahalakshmi? Are you not supposed to be in Vaikunta with your husband? Why are you here? Said Karvira, the Asura. I have come here so that people can live in peace. People living in peace when I am alive, I shall never allow that. If that is so, I will kill you, said Mahalakshmi. She was already seething in anger and she wanted something to just let that anger go. Karvira said, ha, you're going to kill me. Come on, let's have a fight. And he took his sword and she also took her sword. And they had a fight and Mahalakshmi beheaded him. And before he just passed away or his soul realized who she was or his mistake, he begged for forgiveness. And Mahalakshmi, being the one who always forgives her devotees or the people who actually ask anything with devotion, said, yes, I will forgive you. And he said, I have one last wish. I wish that you stay in my land forever and ever and ever. She said, yes, I will. I shall make your last wish come true. And as this conversation was happening, Karvira's father got to know that his son is killed. He was aghast with shock. How could my son be killed? Who is that who killed my son? And there came Kolasura, who was actually tormenting the whole place, and came there and looked at Mahalakshmi and said, you killed my son. How can you do that? How can I live without my son now? You shall face the same consequences, you Mahalakshmi, said Kolasura. Mahalakshmi just smiled, but then her anger had come down a little and said, what do you want to do, Kolasura? Fight with me? Come, let's have a fight. Kolasura was really angry and he took out all kinds of weapons that he had, hurled at her, and they had a big fight. Mace, bow and arrow, swords and everything. And Mahalakshmi at the end just beheaded him. He too sought for forgiveness, realizing what had happened, and said, "Can you name this place on my name? I want to be with these people whom I tormented, so that I just, whatever I have done, I can just undo it. Seek for forgiveness. Can you please do that?" And Mahalakshmi said, "Yes, of course I will." And that's how that place was named Kohlapur, and she resided there. And it is said that she is still residing in Kohlapur. And like any other time when Mahalakshmi came down, Lord Vishnu also came here seeking for her. And Mahalakshmi and Vishnu are residing there. And Karavira, the place where Kohlapur is situated, is supposed to be one of the most pious place, and anything that a person asks with devotion is granted. And that's the story of Mahalakshmi of Kohlapur, the temple which resides near the Panchaganga, where 5 rivers converge. It's a beautiful temple, and I haven't visited that temple, hope we all get to see that temple and really get enamored by the beauty of the goddess, the energy of the temple, and the architecture of the temple. I would like to end by stating that Sarva Papa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Namaskara.